What's going on, everyone? Out here at Latour Golf Club today, actually on the back side of the range. Got some new wedges, so I'm excited about that. But gonna do a little review on this. Is gonna be part one. Part two will actually be out on the golf course. But I really wanted the Mizuno wedges, the blue ones. Forget the actual name of them, but they weren't gonna be available till like February or March. So I said, all right, I'll just get Taylormade wedges. You know, which I've been playing for way too long, maybe a little over a year, 2 years. Used to switch out my wedges every 6 months, but Taylormade again, March, you know, to have inventory of any of their wedges. Checked out Cleveland. They had 2 of the wedges I wanted, not the third wedge. So I remember when I did playing with borrowed clubs, sub 70, so I really liked the way those felt, so I looked into them and decided to get the sub 70 wedges. Now these are the TA3, and to be honest, I don't know much about them. I know they're forged. I don't know what material they're made out of. I mean, you can see I still got the wrapping on them. I haven't even opened them. They came in a great box, came with a hat, which I think is kind of cool. But I got these online. You can customize them, grip, the shaft, and then the bounce. One thing I didn't like though was when selecting a bounce, it just basically said low bounce or average bounce, high bounce. It didn't really tell you the degrees of bounce. So I'm hoping these are going to be close. Like these, I know like my 60 degree was 8 degrees of bounce, my 56 was 12, and my 52 was 10, I think, maybe, or the 60 might have been 10 and the 52 was 8. So I don't know the exact number of bounce on these sub 70 wedges, but I'm hoping they're going to be about the same. Now they are slightly heavier, but that's due to the custom shaft I had put in. This is the Project X wedge shaft 6.0, but you could really, I mean, you can select the shaft you want, the ferrules, you know, I got custom colors, you know. I really did like how customized and you can do it, even had an inch added to them. And so by size, they're all you know, a 1/4 inch difference in length. And some people like their wedges to all be the same length. I personally prefer this as far as my distance gapping. Now I'm gonna have to relearn that with these, but for me, when they're all the same length, the distance gapping becomes less. You know, like you might hit your 60 degree with a 3/4 swing, 60 yards, but then do the same thing with your 56 and it might only be like 65 or 70. I like more of a gap with my different swings. But again, I use the clock method. So, you know, arm position, 9 o'clock, I want to know my yardages with 4 different swings with all 3 of my wedges. So with these and them, I got them at 60 with low bounce, 56 with the regular bounce, which should be around 12, and a 52 in low bounce, which is good for all the conditions we play here in Louisiana. Mostly, you know, firm and not really soft, but we have a tendency with some of the soil that the courses are softer, but when they're not soft, they're firm like clay. So this is a good balance. You know, if you're playing on sandy soil or something, you might want more bounce. You know, like in Florida where everything is sandy, you just want more bounce so the club doesn't dig in as much because the ground's a lot softer on average every day. But we're gonna go check them out. I'm gonna get stretched out here in a minute and then hit a few on the range. And after that, go over to the short game green, check out the spin. But let me get this plastic off of these things and we're gonna check them out here. So real quick, I want to add, as I get the plastic off of these things, the look is even better without the plastic. I don't know how well you can see that. I mean, that is just a beautiful club. Tour milled, you know, nice grooves on there. It even looks like it's got grooves in between the grooves, or they did something with the face. I have to kind of look into that more for part 2 of this, but I mean, that is just really beautiful club. So hopefully I can hit it. Hopefully the lie angle, everything I got is right. But let's go check them out on the range. All right, so as I'm finishing my warm-up, I'm actually just hitting with my original wedges, just so the swing feels good before I start hitting the new ones. Got a flag over here to my left at 100 yards. Got one over there at 73. As soon as the swing feels good, the main reason for that is just to make sure I'm hitting my normal distances. There's nothing off with the swing before I start testing out the new ones. Because the last thing I want is to feel like the swing is good even though it's not, and start thinking the new wedges are going to go different distances. So once the swing is good, then I know if they go a different distance, then I have to adjust for that. And right now the swing does not feel good. That did though. All right, so first we're gonna go with the 60. And I'm gonna hit it at the shorter flag over here. Because with the original wedges, my 60-degree, my 9 o'clock swing, which, this 9 o'clock arm position is roughly at about 60 yards. So with that flag being a 73, should give me a good indication. They do feel longer, so I do think my other wedges were more standard, but I can just choke down on this easier. The weight feels really good in my hands though. I do like that. They look good at setup. Wow, that had like a really soft feel. It's something you actually want in short game. You want a softer feel, and it did fly further as well. So I hit the flag. So I may have to actually adjust. These may fly a little further, which could be the grooves as well, having newer grooves, lower, more penetrating ball flight. As grooves wear out, the ball flight starts to get a little higher, which leads to a little shorter. Or it could just be the half-inch extra length that it feels. God, that does feel really good though. It feels super soft. But let's see if there is a difference in the... So yeah, they are about a half-inch longer, which is fine. I'll just choke down, but that could equate to, maybe 5 extra yards. But the oh my God, 60 feels really good, really soft and pure. Since I don't have my club cleaning thing with me, let's just switch clubs. They should all feel the same with little effort. So again, because they're a half-inch longer, I'm just going to learn to choke down on them a little bit. God, that just feels so good. Sub 70 makes a quality product. I actually really enjoyed playing with their irons when I had to borrow them while I was between sets. The wedges are just good quality too so far. That was fat, ugly. Still felt good though. And again, this, you know, that's my normal, say 90-yard swing. This is going all the way to that 100-yard flag, so I'll probably do hit these a little longer, which just have to adjust on the golf course for. Which I think I did when I got those wedges from my old ones. But the feeling is just so soft, you know, kind of like butter. You really don't even feel contact, so I'm really loving that. And the lie angle seems to be exactly what I needed. I went with 2 degrees upright. My older wedges were only 1, so I think that helps. All right, I don't have a flag to go at with the 52, so I'm just going to hit it straight down range. That was a mishit off the heel. Still felt good. Didn't feel funky or clicky. Well, so far I haven't hit a good one with the 52, but they feel good. Yeah, main reality, I can tell just in a ball flight, it's not doing what it should. That was a solid one. Well, so far I'm really loving these, but the true test is actually going to be when I get out on the golf course with them and how they react around the greens, which we're going to go find out here in a little bit. It is definitely a lower ball flight, which I like, which means it's lower with more spin. But I'm going to try and take a little off of something, punch, see how that feels. That felt really good too. And I do like, so a lower, more penetrating ball flight's gonna have a lot more spin into the green as opposed to a higher one. So anytime you purchase new wedges, you have to be aware of that. You know, if you're used to a ball hitting and running out, you know, say 3 to 5 feet, newer grooves, newer wedges, all of a sudden that ball may stop, check up, or possibly even come backwards. Yeah, so far I'm loving them, but let's go check them out in the short game area. All right, so now over here on the short game area, I'm gonna hit a few with my Taylormade 60-degree wedge here, mainly just to see the difference in the spin. Basically, this is just a little, kind of a chip shot, not a long pitch shot right now. Go try a few of those later, then we'll get in the bunker here. See, that's a lot of rollout for a 60. So I'm really hoping the sub 70 wedges are gonna check up a lot quicker than that. Yeah, and I'm also, you know, I'm a big advocate, practice with the balls you're gonna play with, so I got all my own Bridgestone balls out here. And see, in my mind, with the 60-degree wedge, the ball should stop a lot faster than that. So let's try the new one. Same swing, A little bit faster, not much. Of course, you know, these balls are kind of beat up. Balls I've used on the golf course, so that could be part of it, but it's getting a little more check. Not as much as I thought with new wedges. Well, that one checked up perfectly. Of course, I might not be hitting them perfect either, but at least, you know, some consistency there. Even though the swings are slightly different, it's getting a little more check than my old wedges. And the consistent, taking a consistent swing, getting a consistent result. But let me go clean those up and then we'll try it with the 56. All right, so got the 56. Again, I'm gonna start with my Taylormade wedge first. Ones I'll be taking out of play soon. This is gonna be more of a toe chip shot. Play it back of the toe just based on the distance to this flag. But that's also part of the test to see how the new ones react. I kind of feel like when I first got these wedges, that ball would have checked up a lot faster than that. Consistent though. Maybe I shouldn't get rid of these. I spoke too soon. All right, one more with this wedge. So you can see I'm purposely playing this ball lower. It's you know, playing it out here off the toe with the heel up. It allows for a more bump and run type shot. And it usually checks pretty fast, but again, older wedges, so let's try the same thing. Yeah, that checked up a lot quicker. Still rolled out a good bit, but I don't know how well you could actually see that. That first hop, it really tried to stop, dig in. Consistent, both of those are short. 3 of the other 4 are just past the hole. See, actually, I hit that harder to get it there, which, you know, will be an adjustment, but this is definitely checking up on this shot, more so than the 60 did. Oh, and these do have a great feel. I do like that. So, but let's go get in the bunker and see how they work there. All right, so here in the bunker, sand feels pretty good, so should be no issues there. Again, this is where the real test is going to come in with the bounce, because I don't know the number of bounce. I'm gonna hit the 56 only on this one. A lot of times I will hit the 60 depending on the distance. For this distance, though, I normally use a 56. But I know with 12 degrees of bounce exactly how it's gonna come through the sand. You know, I could take, you know, 2 to 3 inches, right? That one, I'm not sure if it's 12 degrees or not, since it's just a standard bounce. Again, like I said, I wish sub 70 would actually tell you the degrees of bounce on there, or let you customize it. But again, the fact that they had them in stock and nobody else did, made right here in the USA, Illinois. So, but I'm gonna hit, again, 4 with my Taylormade wedge just to see the difference, and then 4 with the sub 70 TA3. Yeah, it was a little fat, but that's actually kind of good in a way, because if I hit one fat with that, I really want to see how it reacts. Well, that one stopped kind of quick. Now, I am hitting back into the wind, so that's going to help the ball stop a little bit on those, you know, higher miss hits. Really kind of tearing up the sand here. Can't get a good lie. This, that should be decent enough. Well, if that's consistent, they're all three in the same spot. Just kind of like afraid to hit it, I guess. I don't know. It's a little further. Nope, another heavy one. All right, so I might not get a true test on this because I'm not hitting them that great. But let's see if maybe even the fat shots with this are better than the Taylormade one. So again, they're a little longer, so I'm than what I'm used to. So I'm gonna choke down some. Oh, well, that did stop a lot faster. Flew a little further, stopped a lot faster. And I still have not quite really hit a quality shot. Stay there, all right. Oh, that was heavy. So that was the same result as the one I hit heavier earlier. Landed in about the same spot and did not roll out anywhere. So that's a good test. The ball's definitely stopping faster with these. It's actually gliding through the sand pretty good, just like I'm used to. So with that said, this should be about the same 12 degrees of bounce, which I'll give it to sub 70 by saying standard. That is pretty standard across the board for most companies in a sand wedge. Or your 56, which most sand wedges are. All right, finally hit one. Oh, that's so I flew a little past the flag and stopped very quickly. So far, I mean, I'm really liking. They have a good feel. They're consistent. As you can see, you know, worn down grooves. I got some inconsistencies there, but I'm liking them. So let's go hit some little further shots and see how those work out. All right, so off here to the side, pace this out to about 35 yards. Again, this is just going to be 60, just to see a slight difference. And I'm using the 60 here because this is what I would most likely use on a golf course. I'll go with a slightly open face. Well, that looked pretty good. And again, you know, 4 balls versus 4 balls. That rolled out quite a bit. A little lower trajectory than I want, but as long as I hit off all 8 the same. So I gotta just add this. One of the things I love about coming to Latour, they got this good short game area over here to really practice a variety of shots. Oh, that one didn't even reach the green, but rolled out a lot. All right, and for the sub 70 TA3. Again, I don't know the bounce on this, so I'm hoping it's the same. That didn't check up like I thought. I'm gonna blame the balls, not the clubs. Or I'm just hitting bad shots. No good bad shots. Got to do better than that, testing these out. Yeah, it's good practice. And again, that felt like I forgot to choke down on the club a little bit because I'm used to them a little longer. That's a clean one. They are not checking up as much as I thought. But, you know, again, that could just be the way I'm swinging. You know, everybody's got a little different technique of stuff. So, it's, you know, something I'm kind of used to on the golf course anyway. You know, I've never been a high spin player, but the feel of these is pretty good. With the exception of one bad shot, I feel like I was taking the same swing and getting a better ball flight out of it, better carry distance. As far as the spin, that may be something I got to work on in my technique to create a little more spin, but again, still liking the consistency so far. But, all right, so the last little test to see how they feel and see how they glide through the rough. Now, granted, there's not much rough out here this time of year. What did we, December 10th or whatever it is, but we use a little bit of rough that's out here, just see if there's a difference in how they glide through the rough. You know, I'm fluff a few up, put one down, half and half, and then kind of just in the in between some high grass here. But again, this is all going to be with the 60 because again, this is what I would use out on the golf course, so that's what I'm working with here. All right, so here we got one fluffed up. Ooh, that jumped out of there. Did check up pretty nice. A little half and half. All right, and then lastly, the one I kind of pushed down into the rough here. Yeah, I'll take every one of those on a golf course, but I don't like the inconsistent feel that I just had with those. Again, could be my swing. But so let's try and recreate those. Put one down, in between, a little fluffed up, a little medium. So, again, I'm also, which I guess could be good because I might not always do this on the golf course. I'm testing these out without cleaning them between every shot. Although I'm really normally good about cleaning them. I will take that. That's pretty good. Consistent, kind of expect what I expected on a roll. No way. All right. I mean, that's pretty consistent where I'm trying to fly it and where I'm expecting it to release to. All right, that was fluffed up. Did check up a little bit faster. Not much though. All right, and the last one, sitting down. Oh, maybe I buried that one a little too much. Let's get that back. That was not a good effort. All right, all right, sitting down in the rough. All right. And as I expect, a little jump, but yeah, take that. I made two of them. But again, you know, just every shot I've hit, the feel of this is so soft, so good. It's like that putter when you get the good stroke, you don't even feel like you made contact. That's kind of what these feel like. But again, I'm excited to go try them out on the golf course, hopefully tomorrow. I'll see if they help me score better. But so far, I mean, they're really good. Again, I like that I was able to customize everything. A little disappointed in the loft numbers. I mean, not the loft, the bounce numbers. You know, I went with the 52, 56, and 60. I wanted certain degrees of bounce. I feel like I got those, but it would have been a little more comfortable mentally if I knew exactly what numbers were on them. Just to say, all right, they're the exact same as my old wedges, and I know exactly how they're going to play. But I'll get used to them. I'm going to have to kind of dial in the yardages again with them, kind of relearn those. But so far, so good. So be sure and check out part 2. Hopefully coming tomorrow in the next week or so. But as for right now, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Oh, those are all checking up really quick. My swing may have been off all day.